outside of turn 1. Just waiting for the final car to line up, and the lights will be coming on shortly. They are all lined up, so what are we waiting for, game? Come on. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The Hungarian Grand Prix is go. Adam Maguire's an absolutely brilliant one. I'll tell you who's had an even better one, Aras Mashuli. Alongside him, going down into turn 1. Oh, a bit of a squeeze for Simracing from Maguire there, but we go into turn 1 all clean and dandy. Going through, we all gone through turn 1 nice and cleanly. Good stuff, Super League guys. But Maguire looking to make an attack on Bok. We can't quite make a stick. Mashuli fighting off Simracing going into turn 3. Bro, see if he can sneak up the inside, but good stuff again. Oh, as we've got a bit of an incident. I think we've had a bit of an incident on the exit of turn 1 there. Panzer without a front wing. See if we can go and have a look at that.
Yeah, it seems like a relatively clean start. Despite that little incident, though, Bok is definitely the fastest off the start, though. That's exactly what he wanted. He's going to want to use that to his advantage. Get out front. Make that lead known before anyone can do something about it. And, of course, he was the fastest through Sector 1, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep that pace up. See if the likes of Maguire, Simracing, and Shirley will be able to do anything about it as this race progresses.
Yeah, as I cursed it, as soon looks like there was a bit of a coming together on the very much of the X. Big old boo-boo at the end. Panzer losing his front wing, and we have Hafadarsson without his front wing. Singh has got no wings at all. Matthew Williams no front wing, and Guy seems to be caught up but has remained unscathed. It looks like two cars. I can't quite see who that was. The two cars came together. Panzer was on the left, and we had a car on the right. Oh, stop going backwards. And yeah, it's unfortunate end for their race potentially.
Excellent.
I understand we're having a couple of technical difficulties. So I'm sorry about that. Fingers crossed we'll get that fixed as soon as possible. But yeah, it looks like Sandeep Singh without any wings at all, which is a shame because
Guy is also in, I should add, as is Hafadarsson, as is Williams, all in the pits. Christian Pasquale at the back as well, as are Demili Wangobi. Both the Bruises, 22nd and 25th. That is not where they want to be. They are going to want to move up the grid somehow. This is not the start they wanted, though. Maguire, though, in hot pursuit of reigning champion Bok as we come round to end the second lap here at the Hungary. Of course, this is a very high downforce circuit, isn't it, Tom? So they're going to have to worry about the overtakes in the DRS zones, because otherwise they're going to have dirty air problems.
Yeah, as I alluded to earlier, high downforce. Like I said, there is only one line for the second sector the entire way, so you don't want to be following a car with dirty air through there. But shooting for third place, so Simracing looking to try and pull away from the Italian maestro as we go on to. But the top two have Megan. Look at that; they've already got a 3-second advantage on the rest of the field. But Bok was under attack by Maguire. Maguire thought better of it going into that, but that was without DRS. So what are they going to do when they come round? If Maguire can stay within DRS on this lap, potentially we could see an overtake into the turn 1 of lap 4. Zapata managed to retain 6th, 7th for Jordan. Gizmakers made a place up to 8th, as Sixter has dropped down 1 to 9th. But the rest of the top 10, pretty much stable. Looking pretty good. Maguire up to 12th. Luke Maguire is for 12th for flag to flag, so a good start for him. As Moose up into 13th, Fidok up into 14th, so a cracking start for David Fidok. Up into 14th place, where he finished last race, incidentally, so fingers crossed for some more points from him. And obviously we can see where they're going to go from that with the strategy. The highest person up, not on soft tyres, is Linek in 11th place at the moment. Obviously, it was Panzer. We had an incident in that first corner, and I believe he is out of this race. Yes, we have lost 2 cars, Hafadarsson and Panzer, out of the race so far. So unfortunate to see that. Singh final drive on the track and won in 25th place for Cosmo.
Yeah, this is not the start of the season Hafadarsson would have wanted after coming in for Madcape. Hopefully they'll have better luck next time around. But yeah, that is not what they wanted, especially with only having the 1 car. They're out after just 1 completed lap. Panzer out of the ring as well. That's going to be a big disappointment for the race Rosalia. They're going to want to do better next time. Sandeep Singh is currently rounding out the grid in the number 6 car there. But looking at that, in the 6 car, Sandeep Singh there. In the 9 is Zapala, all the way in the front in P6. He had a great qualifying, and he is going to have a fantastic race to just keep this up. Got himself over the line at Istanbul, you got to remember, after 2 very unlucky races prior, so maybe things are on the upturn for the back team.
Fingers crossed, obviously. A bit of an unfortunate story last year, not broken that curse And fingers crossed we'll see them score many more points in the future. Tom Saverley in 22nd place for Ghost Speed does have a drive-through penalty, I believe, for speeding in the pit lane. So his race goes from bad to worse, unfortunate for the Ghost Speed team. But Yannick Bock still leading the way from Adam Maguire. Adam Maguire wasn't that close to turn one last time round. He did have the DRS, but wasn't really anywhere near close enough to try and make a move. Daniel Brewer, I thought, was going to make a move on the Scudi as well, but once again, not quite close enough coming out of the final corner. So it's so key to try and get a good exit on that final corner, both if you want to defend and attack on this track, because I remember there's the famous Dave Carr Smith train from 2013 where he was in second place, and you could see 26th on the grid still behind him, very in the same train. So very hard to overtake here. Obviously, like I said, with the high downforce, obviously you get into the dirty air, it's hard to follow through that.
Oh, here comes Maguire! Maguire on the inside of Bock. There's contact between the two. That is a bit of argy-bargy there. But Maguire sized his way through past the reigning champion. But you got to think Bock is not going to be happy about that as he gets on the inside again. More contact. These two are leaving it all on the line on lap 5.
They are absolutely. Yannick trying to prove a point. Like I said, he lost his championship lead. He's back, and he is going to do anything. Nice, hard, fair racing, I believe, in my. So Maguire obviously down the inside, got the move done, but that short run, Yannick had the inside. Back into turn 2, and he made it stick. Obviously going to be looking to that, but he has given the opportunity for Simracing and co. A little bit of a line train falling behind Simracing, a sentence I thought I'd never say in my life. But Simracing now catching up. He's only about 2 seconds back from these guys now, so going to be slowly and surely, but we could see a potentially a massive lead train for the lead, which would be interesting. So at least Dennis Jordan is now about a second behind Tapala and about a second in front of Casemakers on his own in 7th. So not a massive gap, but a gap enough to hopefully avoid DRS attack for the next couple of laps.
Yeah, that would be the possibility that he'll be looking for. Zapala, Brewer, Mashuli, Simitic all in the battle of their own though. Maguire and Bock at the front. As you rightly said, very hard to overtake here. Though I do remember when it rained back here in 2017, Alex Cooper pulled off a fantastic double overtake on the main straight, thanks to getting a great drive out of that last corner. That just goes to show how hard it is to overtake, as does the near disaster between Maguire and Bock. They're both pushing as hard as they can to try and get ahead of each other. And you have to do that here because it's so hard to overtake.
Yeah, any opportunity you get, you have to take it. I don't mean let's redshirt back into battle here. One that Lewis just couldn't get past me because it was just, if you can place your car in the right place and get good traction, obviously we set the car up for traction. If you get good traction out of corners, you can't make a move. And then now you see with Maguire, he's just following Bock around the track, and there's no obvious opportunity for overtaking. I mean, potentially after the fast right, if Bock has an iffy fast right coming up now, but I mean the chances of that are pretty low. So I mean, you'd have to require inside, and you could maybe sneak up the inside here, but then even so, you're compromising yourself for the next corner. So Adam Maguire needs to stay patient, keep it patient. He's obviously got the pace underneath him. And I think he can maybe stretch the gap back up now to about 2.5-3 seconds over Simracing. So now that threat has gone away a little bit. He's going to try and get a good exit. He's gone a little bit wide, but now he can cut back onto the exit of the corner, try and get that exit. But Bock seems to have had a good exit. He's got Singh in front of him. I don't think he hasn't got DRS from it. But Adam Maguire's a little bit too far back. He's still got a bit of juice in the engine there, so that's not a concern. If we head back, we've got no one else. Mashuli having a look at Simracing against it, was a little bit too far back. Casemakers is catching Jordan up quite nicely actually, not only within half a second. Dennis has now lost the DRS from the guys in front of him, so Dennis could be under attack from Casemakers in the next couple of laps, which would be not good for the Evolution guy. Obviously, like I said, a poor race last time out. Fingers crossed he can improve himself for this round here.
Yeah, I mean, Casemakers right behind Jordan, as you rightly say, Tom. These two are going to be fighting it out soon, I can guarantee you that. Lauren Kersmack is one of the veterans of GPVWC. He's been around for a while, and he's been really a strong force in R52, just as strong as he was in the old days as well. He's not lost any of his talent, that much is for certain, but Jordan is going to be a very tough cookie to overtake. We know how good Dennis Jordan is, but Jordan's going to be concerned about Zapala, Brewer, Mashuli, Simracing, as we see Singh go way off the road to get out of the way there. Very largely don't overtake and get out of the way move from Sandeep Singh there. He's practically stopped as they come out of the track. If anyone goes wide there, that could spell disaster for Sandeep. He's actually out of the race. He's retired completely. And that, I don't know whether he hit something or what. I'm going to have to go back and have a look here. But, yeah, that is weird. Why has he just done that? Yeah, apparently it was damage, actually. Matthew Allen in the chat said the car's too badly damaged. I presume that was from the start line shenanigans then.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have any wings, so that wouldn't. But yeah, he got caught in an awkward place, and it was just like, if you lose, I mean, say I think it's time to call it a day. Disappointing is Mashuli has a look at Simic
that's
at turn
close.
2, but manages to avoid hitting him. So yeah, I mean, there's a potential opportunity. I mean, you do have DRS coming into that second corner, but it's not really long enough of a straight to make it work. So he's kind of a bit of a nothing move, really. But good to see that. And Mashuli's up for it, but Simic, obviously, like I said, third place out last time out in Turkey. Hopefully looking to keep that podium run going. Obviously, Simic, we know how quick he is, I've said before. Not quite realised the potential just yet this season.
Oh, wow. I've just noticed Tom Satherley's been disqualified. That will be because he didn't serve his penalty.
Yeah, that'll be
well, that is unfortunate for Tom Satherley. That is a disqualification for Go Speed Racing Team. That is not going to go down well for their books, and it puts them behind Panzer, Hartley, Dawson, and Singh in terms of the results. So, not a great outing for Go Speed so far. That just leaves Lucas D'Amelio down in 20th as the sole runner.
Yeah, a bit of a bizarre one there. Maybe he thought another left. Notified. Big red square on the top left, so you're not going to miss that. But Adam Maguire's not going to miss this opportunity.
Oh, here we go.
Goes down the outside. He's going to try and stick around the outside corner, but Bok places his car perfectly so that he can't get a good enough cutback. And Maguire is going to have a look into this second corner. He's not quite close enough. Oh, but he's pushing around the corner. I'll tell you that.
He did touch him there. That actually unsettled Maguire more than it did Bok by the looks of it. So he's lost out. But Yanni Semitic will be licking his lips at the thought of this, because anything that goes on between these two may result in him taking the impromptu race lead.
Yep, something that Maguire, we know that when he gets into the lead, he does not look back, as shown by his wins in Australia and in Turkey. Both of them quite dominant victories. So
thank you. He has Bertulli on the back of him, so he's got his own problems to worry about. This is not by any means a walk through for Simic here, because he's got the other Adonis right on his back bumper, and Eros Bertulli, unable to play rear gunner for Adam Maguire here, is going to try and get in front of Simic if he's going to do anything. But Maguire really is going to have to start getting really clever with these overtakes if he's going to get past Bok, because the reigning champion is doing just too good a job of defending.
Yeah, it's like I said, all he needs is you've got one real proper overtaking opportunity. It's going into turn 1. All he needs is a good exit out of the final corner like he's had this time. Maguire's not going to be close enough, and then if he does get close enough, you just park your car in the middle of the track. And if he goes to the inside, that's fine. You've got the inside for the next corner. That's all I mean. So to go for that, it's fine. It's a foolproof plan, I in mind. There we go. But yeah, still within a second. But Simic now falling back to about 3.5 seconds back behind these top two. So it's a bit of a Simic train. Zapala's kind of on the back of it. He's there. He's got DRS just about, but he's not really threatening down Brewer in front of him. Really, the lead battle for the lead is the closest on track. Right, Kilk and Alex Cooper having a good battle for 15th place. Alex Cooper on the mediums, right, Kilk on the hards. I think Kilk could be a little bit disappointed to be that far down. He must be involved in the turn 1 melee, because it's unusual to see the guy who, like I said, third in the championship, joint third in the championship at the moment, down in 16th place. So he'll be looking to. I know he's a bit disappointed. In fact, Richard Gorby, obviously turn 1 melee as well, but it's got these soft tyres. It's not really making any use of them. Obviously, they're very, very brittle tyres, and I imagine they'll be pitting around. I think they're going to be coming in between 15 and 20. I'm not 100% sure whereabouts they're going to be coming in. But I mean, Gorby will surely be hoping to make more of that tyres as he's going on. We'll be about for 22nd as well. Gar and Williams at the guy just defending from Williams there.
They're going at it with each other as well. This is a fight of their own, really. They're going to try and fight each other for that last position at the moment. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not really a points position, but it's still something that they're going to be focused on. They're going to be focused on battling each other. I mean, Guy and Williams were both in the pits at the start of this race, so that's all they can really do, really. Fight each other at the moment and hope for the best, really. But mind you, this battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th is starting hot up here, because the likes of Zapala, Brewer and Mashuli are starting to apply just a little bit of pressure to Simic here, but we know he's not going to crack, because Yanni Simic is one of the top quality drivers, one of the best drivers in our Factor 2. We know he's not going to crack, so these are going to have to get creative, just like Maguire's going to have to get creative. This is not going to be an easy one for this one.
Yeah, you say that, but Simic did have a couple of incidents in qualifying, obviously winning, coming out in a fast right, which cost him potentially a pole position. Obviously. We know that maybe he showed a little bit of signs of cracking in qualifying, but we know that obviously in the race he's obviously going to be a lot more focused, and obviously he's good enough and experienced enough to just brush that aside and know that he's got to focus on the job ahead. Good stuff, a good job of keeping him at bay in the middle sector, enough to that. I mean, Mashuli's now 8 tenths behind. He's got to make up that time and more to try and get the overtake done. So, good job potentially. In fact, he's actually starting to pull away a tiny bit. So, Simpson can keep his last couple of corners clean. looking pretty home and dry for this lap at least, as Maguire a bit too early on the power. He got a bit squiffy coming out, and gonna deny him the opportunity to give attack Bok this lap. Behind by.
I was looking at Brewer actually because I thought he was going to be close enough to do something, but you've got to literally be on the back bumper of your car at the start of the straight to get a chance by the end of it. That's how short the straight is and how much downforce these cars are running. You are not going to have as high speed as you would on other circuits of the calendar. And I'm just looking up and down the field. Christian Pasquale, of all people, in 21st place, is only hitting about 290, just under 300 kilometers an hour by the end of that straight. They were hitting a lot higher at Istanbul.
Yeah, but it's like you said, and like I've alluded to before, very, very high downforce levels of downforce here. So teams have gone for top speed. I think Bok may be one of them actually. He's gone for a little bit higher top speed in the hope that he's qualified at the front, in that he can defend his position. And like I said, it's working for him so far. He's had a couple of instances where he's been attacked, but he's managed to hold him off nicely. Now Maguire dropping to just under a second behind him. As Masculi's actually had a better lap this time round, it's much closer to Simracing coming into this final sector. If he can hook this up, he's got a good chance of having an attack into turn 1.
Yeah, I think I saw Simracing hop the curb slightly there on the inside of the corner. Yep, the back end just went up a little bit. That's going to cost him like a couple of tenths, but probably not enough to determine whether or not this overtake goes through or not. But surely gets a bit squirrely on the exit of the corner too. It's these little mistakes that cost you a couple of kilometres an hour that ultimately can affect overtaking manoeuvres. He's got to go full send if he wants to, but he's not going to get close enough to do it. So he is right on the tail of Simracing now. So if there was going to be an overtake, it'll be here, and he will brake as late as possible, and he doesn't do it. He thinks better. Discretion, the better part of valour for Aros Mashiri here, and decides not to go for the overtaking move. I think wisely.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he'd gone for any move in turns 1. So, good decision from the Italian. Oh, he goes a little bit wide, but it hasn't affected him too much. Take advantage of that. So, Parlo doing a good job of holding on to the back of these guys, though. 6th place for Cosmo. Obviously, you've got Brewer, a bit of a forgotten man in this train, just sitting there nicely in third, just behind Masculi, waiting to pounce on any mistake that these two in front of him end up making. Dennis Jordan now just about a second behind. He's sort of holding position just here, really. He's not really pushing too hard. I think he's probably saving his tyres, staying out of that dirty air, so that it gives him to go on a little bit further as this race goes on into the next few stages of it. Sixter a little bit behind. Kiesmaker's a little bit behind Jordan. Rual's quite close to Sixter, but then look at this. They've got a 4.5 second gap back to Malinek, who's doing quite well actually. Would you say it's a train? He's a bit quite far ahead of Maguire, Luke Maguire. I'm going to start saying their first names now because this is getting confusing. But yeah, he's quite far ahead of Luke, so not enough for him to be having an issue as we go on to the front straight again. And Maguire nowhere near close enough.
Well, the coach is very long in this train. That much is certain. If you're going to call it a train, it's a very long one. But yeah, look at the front. You've got the shorter trains here, the likes of Mashuli and Brewer. But really, as long as the cars are equally spaced out, nothing is really going to happen because, you know, you're only going to gain so much time from an equally spaced train. Otherwise, they're going to kind of stick together and just sort of speed up with each other. They're almost helping each other by staying apart.
Maguire. Or Pasquale has DNF in this place.
Pasquale is out. Yeah, I just noticed that myself actually. I'm not sure what happened. I'm going to go back and have a look. It looks like he may have been missing his rear wing. So he may just have gone off by himself and had a bit of an incident. I'm going to see if I can seek back and find what that was. It was at least 9. Yep, there it was. It was actually... Oh, yeah, it was coming out of turn 3. He just dropped the back, could not save it in time, hit the Tech Pro, rear wing just went, car destroyed, game over.
A big shame for Abruzzi, obviously, like I said, having the fastest, most upgraded car going into this round, both in terms of car and engine development. So, an unfortunate day for Pascal, obviously, brush it off and move on to the next round, which will be in Baku in 2 weeks' time. Thank you, Baku. So, I'm looking forward to that one. But, up back up front, I think Boxman managed to get a bit of a gap, 1 second gap now ahead of Maguire.
Mashuli was very close in turn 1 there. He is threatening Simracing now.
I'm wondering if Simracing is maybe looking up. He's going to be in the best position tyres wise because he hasn't got the dirty air so he's not getting that hot air, which means he's not going to be. So, good in a good position here. I think okay, he's 3.5 behind Maguire and about 5 behind Bok, but it's not the worst position in the world to be in.
Well, there's worse positions, certainly. I'll grant you that one, but at the moment, he is not looking in a very comfortable position, is Yanni Simitic, with all these cars behind him. He knows he can't trip up, but he's got to save the tyres too, because otherwise he's not going to be able to pull any kind of overcut on Yannick Bock and Adam Maguire. So I'm thinking maybe an undercut could work, given the nature of the track, how high downforce it is, and how much tyre wear is going to affect these drivers, because it's not really going to be a thermal deck related race. It's only 19 degrees out on track, so it's going to be wear related, I think, keeping those tyres cool under normal racing circumstances.
Yeah, so the undercut, it will be huge. If they can find a gap for the car to drop into, that's clear air, they're absolutely laughing. Colin Spork yesterday managed to pull an absolutely huge undercut on Adrian. Actually, no, it was an overcut purely because Adrian pitted too early, and Adrian Faber, that is. He pitted early and he got stuck in a train. Colin had the free air, he did as he was meant to do, and he come out ahead. So I think the undercut or overcut both could work. It will depend on if the first person who pits, where they come out on track. If they come out into clear air, they're laughing. If they come out into a train, however, you are not passing someone, even with those fresh tyres. All they need to do is plant the car in the right place, and you're not overtaken. So it's such a key moment when you're going to be pitting. It takes about 25 seconds for in and out. So for the pit block, if you include the pit lane time, obviously pit stop and then getting back out, about 25 seconds. So looking to get that gap before they try and make any moves. But coming up soon too, your pit stop phase. We're lap 16, and soon they will be thinking about pit stops. I think we're going to be seeing about lap 20 for these softs. So which probably would be in a 2-stop. I imagine if they're pitting by then, 2 stops would be the aim of the game today. Probably, it will be interesting to see what tyres they go onto in their first stop. And Mogyoród does have his pit light on. Whether or not that means he will be pitting, I don't know. He has lost about a second on this lap alone to Bock. Bock pushing, doing quite a good job of extending the gap there, now to 1.5 seconds over Maguire. And Maguire's still looking pretty good, 3 seconds ahead of Simracing. So no pressure, maybe he's just thinking the same, just look after his time a bit and to go for an assault when they come into the pits next time by.
Yeah, Maguire definitely starting to fall off. I think his problems are going to be in the race remaining really as Rualt comes into the pits, the first of the soft runners. He's going to go on to another set of soft by the looks of it, and he's going to come out of the pits. Now he is going to come out by the looks of it behind Luca D'Amelio in the go speed, and possibly he's going to come out way ahead of the likes of Gaia. So yeah. Rualt, as far as clean air is concerned, is laughing because he is not going to worry about any battles on track in front of him. Though he is down in 20th place, he's got clean air in front of him, and that's what matters. So
the engineers for these guys, obviously they've got an engineer look service. They're going to be absolutely keeping an eye on what Rualt can be doing now. He's got 5 seconds in front of him. But I think you'd be surprised at how quickly that will reduce in these next couple of laps. But Del will now be looking about how quickly he will be pulling up to the likes of them and how quick he's going through these laps. Jenny Simracing actually, so he has just set a PB sector 2, so he's not feeling the effects too much. But yeah, it's going to be key now to see what he can do. So he needs to pick quite early, lap 16, so that's telling me 16 on this, 16 on the next set, and then 38 on the hards to go. Wait for a 2-stop, unless he does switch to a 3, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does that at this stage in the race. But obviously, 16 laps to go before we decide that.
Maguire in, crucially, there is Adam Maguire in. Now, this is what we were waiting for. We wanted to see whether he was going to come in soon, and he has come in, get those new tyres on, and he's going to come out of the pits. Where is he going to come out? Cooper's going to get through, Butcher might get through, Kilk is in too, and he was, interestingly, on the hard tyres.
Oh no, that's not worked for Maguire at all.
Oh yeah, he's come out.
But he's come out in traffic and he's got to pass 3 cars. Oh, I mean,
yeah,
that's an absolute disaster. One more lap and he probably would have got it, but that's an absolute disaster.
Kilk has had problems too, obviously. He's had to come in off the hard tyres. He's gone onto the mediums, so the hard's obviously not working, but he has not used those tyres for as long as he could have.
He's probably thinking 2-stop hard, medium. Right thinking there. He was stuck behind Cooper, so it makes sense. He's going for the undercut cars ahead as well. So Kilk's probably done it quite well. I mean, he's thought, okay, I'm not getting anywhere. Go on to the mediums. He's got loads of free air in front. Let's see what he can do with these fresh mediums.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe it wasn't working out for him. Maybe he wants the mediums. Maybe he wants to use these harder compounds so he can push a little bit more and not have to worry about the wear like these drivers in front have had to do, like the likes of Maguire, who's now come out in 16th in traffic. That has not worked out for the Irishman.
No, he's going to lose so much time trying to overtake people. Luke Maguire in from the mediums, interestingly. Luke Maguire, one of the most fun people to watch on the grid. I do like watching. Julian and Sapala both in as well. But this is, I mean, so they're a bit further back, so it may not affect him as much. But Sapala's not far off, overtaking Musculi. But good stuff from the Cosmo YCF1 pit crew, but not quite enough there. But
Note the tyre difference, he's on the mediums.
Interesting to see. As is Lucchini going to get through? Musculi needs to get past.
Mirko Lucchini there just lost it a little bit under that corner and those hard tyres. Easy enough to do, but he does not want to hold up Zapala more than he absolutely has to here. And Ruart behind is going to be loving this.
Well, I mean, Lucchini's within his right to hold him up. He's past. Pretty much what he wants now in terms of letting people pass. He doesn't have to. Oh, Zapala gets a bit squiffy. The manager's, but that was an important move from Musculi. He had to get into that free air, so good stuff from him. But Maguire, he's done a purple sector 1, but now look, he's stuck, and you're not going to take anyone into here. So Yannick Bock potentially had the chance to produce. If he can produce some good times here, he's going to be absolutely laughing. But Yannick Bock and maybe even Simoncic and Brewer's dropped back quite a bit actually from. Simracing. Actually, Dan Brewer's going to come in, so Dan Brewer's looking for an undercut now as well, so it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out. That's the thing, they've not put enough of a gap to try and make this work.
Yeah, Brewer in, but yeah, obviously the gap is going to be crucial for these pit stops. If you come out in the middle of traffic, you are going to be absolutely, for lack of a better word, having having problems.
Look, Butcher's got the DRS, so Maguire's not even going to have the chance to. Chris Butcher, absolutely. I mean, fair play. But I mean, he had to work for that. He really did have to work.
Yeah.
And another interesting note to think. So, Adam Maguire obviously stuck behind Butcher in that middle sector, 27.8.
Oh, Sixter's gone. We've lost Sixter.
Oh no, not again.
Yeah, he seems to have disconnected completely as he's moving down the order. Can't see him on the server anyway. If that is a disconnect for Sixter, that is a disaster. But he will be able to come back. But I think at this point, given the amount of time he's going to lose disconnection, it might not be worth it.
That's such horrible luck. I mean, best race in terms of his high standards, but still up there. Horrible luck for the Street Fighter team. But hopefully he'll be able to bounce back in the next round. Hopefully his connection issue will be sorted. But I was just going back to what I was saying before. Adam Maguire set a 27.8 middle sector last time, obviously stuck behind Chris Butcher. His teammate, Aris Mashuli in free air, did a 27.0, so it shows that he's losing about a second behind these guys in the dirty air in that middle sector.
Yeah, Brewer really needs to make sure that he doesn't lose out too much. We've got cars in the pits in front. I see Fabrizio Gorbi in. So that is the first of the bruises in. He's all the way up to 11. That is a good climb thus far from him. So obviously he's going to lose a lot of time in the pits now as he comes through and takes a new set of tyres. What is he going to pick? What compound as he hits his butt? We'll see what he picks. He is going for hards. Now, that is a bold choice at this stage of the race. Might only go on stop.
Yeah, he'll go on to softs after that, I imagine. But,
going to come out way ahead of Guy, though. He's got clean air.
Yeah, 20, and then he'll go on to hard. He'll probably do a very short stint on the end. But Adam Maguire back into 8th. But now he's going to have to overtake the next. He's now got Filek and Mooster up ahead of him. So I think Yannick Bock might be in this lap. He has put his pit light on.
Yeah,
Simoncic not. Dennis Jordan has, so interesting to see the Evolution boys might be better slack him.
Well, we'll have to watch it because you are not allowed to do 2 stops at the same time as Bock does in fact use to come in. We will have to see what the gap is between the 2 Evolution cars. If they end up starting behind each other, they will not be allowed to be serviced at the same time, of course. So
no. Dennis is still out. Dennis has stayed out.
Oh, well, he must have tried to pull a fakie then, but it hasn't worked, Dennis. We saw through it.
Yannick Bock, though, isn't bluffing, and he's now into the pits. He is putting on the hard compound tyre, so completely the other way to the other guys. But where is he going to come out? Kizmaker's also in.
Yeah,
Maguire is. Oh my God, they're coming up pretty close, but Maguire is going to be ahead.
Oh well, I have to say, Maguire. They're actually speaking of Maguire. It was the other flag to flag. Sorry, I thought it was Luke Maguire, but it wasn't. It was the other Matthew Williams there coming out of the pits. At the same time, mind you, had to slow right down and held Bock up. Nothing he could have done about that, but that will annoy the world champion.
It was unfortunate. Matt couldn't really do anything there. It's a trick. He had lap cars coming through. He had one behind him. There wasn't really much more he could do. But Adam Maguire, only 1 second ahead after pitting, ahead of Bock, and Adam's had 2 laps on these sides. I don't think that's what he was expecting when he pitted. Obviously, Yannick now on the hards as well, so Adam is being pushed into, yes, okay, he's taking the effective lead of this race, but it could have been so much more.
Yeah, it could have been more, but now obviously Bok has got a bit of a fight on if he wants to get back through the order of this race. And, well, he's going to be pushing hard as the world champion, but he's not going to be happy about the things that happened in the pit lane. As you rightly said, though, Williams could not have done anything about that. He's just going to get on with it ultimately, catch the likes of Maguire. Maguire, though, is fighting Fidek for P5. This could get spicy. Two-time world champion Fidek versus champion-elect Maguire as he dives down the inside. I don't think Fidek fought that. I think he just decided to get on with his own race there. He's always been a measured driver as David Fidek, and it shows.
Yeah, I mean, he had DRS available to him. I think he was in that. But, so Simracing had a pretty poor lap last time by 21-0. Dennis Jordan was really caught right back up to him. Dennis took 6 attempts out of him in that last lap. He's taken a further 4 attempts out in the first sector. So Simracing potentially struggling. He has put his pit light on now. So we can see Simracing in this lap. Then Simracing and Jordan, the last of the drivers of the softs to make their pit stop. But yeah, Maguire, I think Adam Maguire wasn't expecting to be in 5th place with his race rival, at least in this race, right behind him. So bit of maybe a misstep from Maguire. Maybe he couldn't do much more. Maybe he had to come tyre wear, but not the ideal situation for the Adonis driver. But his teammate, Eros Mashuli, is catching Bok up a nice way to knots. Obviously, 2 compound difference, but a nice way to knots.
Maguire and Moose are going to get into a little bit of a scrap here. Obviously, Moose is going to be on a major disadvantage. Simracing's in the pits also, but Maguire is just going to sail it around the outside. I don't think Matthias Moose is going to fight this too hard. I say that, but he pushes Maguire to the outside, but Maguire is the DRS now, so Moose is not really going to be able to do anything about this. Simracing has come out on the hard tyres. That'll be 1 stop for Yerny Simracing then. No more, no less. Cooper gets through though. Alex Cooper through, but Brewer comes down the inside now. This could be a little bit of a scrap down the inside of one, but Brewer gets the better exit.
Ruau had a look at Tapala in that race. Oh, as Chris Butcher's had a wild moment on the exit of turn 1. Managed to save it, but it gives Tapala the opportunity to clean around the outside. And a good advantage taken there, especially upon Tapala, because he has Ruau right behind him as well. Ruau now looking to go to the outside, but Ruau thinks better of it. Chris Butcher holds it off nicely. Simracing just lost out quite a lot here. He's now behind Ruau, Tapala, Brewer, and Mashuli. But he has gone on to hard tyres.
Yeah, hard tyres, and that is going to be a 1-stop indicator right there, because you've got to use them if you've got them, but the hard tyres are the longest lasting of the 3 compounds. They are the ones that will take you through most of a race.
47 laps, it's going to be touch and go, but it's going to be very touch and go whether he gets those to the end. But if anyone can do it, Simracing can, so we'll see what he can do. Obviously, Yannick Bok will have to do about 50 laps. Oh, no, not 50. Yeah, about 50 laps on those hard tyres. So I'm expecting Bok to come back in. Probably for a soft tyre run at the end, but Bok now onto the back of Moose. He has lost about 3 seconds to Maguire. It's about 3.5 seconds back behind him. Now, Dennis Jordan continues on ahead, but Dennis Jordan's definitely going to go for a 1-stop. We know what Dennis is like with his tyres. So, which is in, yep, and Line 8 doing the job in 2nd place. Ooh.
I think there was just an overtake of P6. I'm not entirely sure, but I think Mashuli just got through on David Fidek, sailed it down the inside once again. Fidek did not offer up much resistance. He's focused on his own race here. But Eros Mashuli really fighting hard now. Mind you, Adam Maguire is about to take Matty Mlinek by the looks of it. Mlinek's been all over the place the last couple of corners. But Maguire really pushing hard now. I don't know how long Mlinek's been out, but...
Yeah, he's been out there.
Yeah, he has not stopped in 25 laps on those soft tyres. They will be starting to cry out, I think. Maguire has got a significant advantage, but he's got to make the move done as Keersmackers is out. Lauren Keersmackers is out. This is fairly... Oh, he spun! Keersmackers is spun coming out of turn 5. He just dropped the back. Didn't he? Yep, whacked the rear, lost the rear wing.
I missed that because my game lagged. Oh, no.
And Dennis Jordan comes into the pits, just locking up the brakes to get that car stopped. Maguire will resume the lead of the race. But Keersmackers drops it, and he is out of the race. That is a big surprise from the Belgian. It is not often we see him make a mistake like that. Jordan onto the hard tyres, though. That is crucial.
Yeah, I missed that.
Brewer now down the inside of Fidek as well. That takes him up position 2. Moose is challenging Mashuli. It's all coming together now, Tom.
Yeah, like I said, pit stop time. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thing happened down at Krupa yesterday in the Allied car in Superleague Lights. It's so easy to do that. It's a big unfortunate crash for Keersmakers, but fingers crossed he'll come back round the next round. More hungry than ever to get a good result, which now leaves us with 20. Fabio 6 has come back, which is nice. Fabio 6 has come back into the race. Oh, no, he hasn't. I lied. Sorry, guys. But 19 runners and riders left. 19 runners and riders. Luca D'Amelio has also retired a couple of laps ago, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a race of attrition. This is a tough circuit, the Hungaroring. It's a slower circuit, higher downforce, mistakes cost you more. It is a tough one, and these guys are saying that here today. Even in the cream of the cream, a GPVWC can make a mistake and can ruin your race if you do. Meanwhile, Fidek is making big gains on the back of Brewer and Moose, actually. This could be a battle. Fidek can make some positions back here, but he's got to watch out because he's got a flag to flag behind him now. That is a lapped car, but they will have the right to own and lap themselves if he's fast enough. He can do it safely.
Yeah, Moose now into the pits. Obviously, having not stopped yet. Fidek obviously not stopped either. Alex Cooper, an 8th place, has not stopped either. So it's Parla looking to attack Cooper. Is he going to move? Oh, he's no. Good decision.
Discretion, the better Vala there. Yeah, Moose in the pits, as you rightly say. But oh, now he's going for it now. Cooper's down the inside. He's got to go for it now.
Yeah, see, that was clever from Zapala. Get it set out for the. Get it past, round the outside. Here he goes.
Excellent.
Very clever. Very well done.
That was a quality move from Jimana Zapala there. That was exactly what he needed to do. Cooper went to the inside, anticipating a defensive move. Zapala just followed the train all the way through, and he's in the P7. That was quality from Jimana Zapala. But Cooper's not done yet. He will do a good job of defending from the cars behind. I can guarantee you that.
So, like I said, now we're in the interesting part of the race. We're back to pretty much where we were before the pit stop started. Linex, the only one pitted, the Cooper, the top 10. But now we're in the interesting part. So we've got Box on the hards and Maguire's on the softs. Now we're going to see how much time can Maguire gain now that they're both in clear air. It's like a 2 compound difference. Maguire very well definitely had to pit again, obviously. 1, because he's not going to make those soft tyres last, and 2, he's not had a second compound. Maguire has just set a 19.6 dead, and Bok is 7/100ths slower. So Yannick is doing a fantastic job of keeping that gap nice and steady. And like I said, if we get, it's all well and good having new tyres, but if you can't get those tyres to work, they're not going to work, as Mashuli makes the move at the inside of Mlanek. P4, Mlanek lets his teammate past, so Brewer back up into 4th.
Yeah, Mlanek obviously pushing hard here, wants to get himself into P4, but Brewer, Mashuli, going to put a stop to that possibly. And Fidek is definitely having a great race. A moment just to talk about David Fidek. Actually, this is one of the best races he's had for a while, actually, in that Red Arrow car. He is definitely making his mark known today. I mean, it was a big move for him moving back to his own team, but he said he wanted to do it because he gave him a little bit less pressure, let him do things his own way. And it seems he's finally reaping the rewards of that.
Yeah, I mean, Fidek obviously is not pitted just yet, so he will be dropping down the order. But yeah, he's done a good job in 6th. More like the favour Fidek of old, and fingers crossed he'll be able to get a nice chunk of points today as we go over the line again. Adam Maguire going over the line now. Just to see, looking at the sector times, I mean, the first sector, Box seems to actually have the advantage, but the second sector is obviously those soft tyres coming to their own, and Maguire makes his own 19.3 from Maguire, that time buying a 19.8, well, pretty much 19.9 from Box. So better lap that time from Maguire. Okay, only half a second, so he's got a lot of time to put in if he wants to try and get an undercut to work. As Maxi Mlanek comes into the pits.
Yeah, Mlanek finally picked for AD Sports. Let's see what tyres he goes on. It will be the hards. That'll be a 1-stop, maybe even going to the end for Mlanek if those tyres work. Though I doubt it somewhat. He may be able to, given he's got those tyres.
I can see it's 42 laps. He's 28 laps on the on the medium side.
Yeah, maybe a stint that stops at the end may happen. Possibly going to go for that strategy. But he comes out in P16, not far behind Matthias Moose, so he's not going to be overtly affected by the dead here, but it will be a bit of a problem for him. Just a little bit of a slight triple.
I'll tell you, he is going to have a slight problem soon. Yannick Bock, he's still doing well on the hard tire. Very hungry. Don't this Eros Mashuli. Mashuli on the soft tyres, obviously, he's going to Maguire. Mashuli catching up. He's now within a second of the Bock. He's obviously, like I said, those softer tyres are going to be helping him reap the rewards of them, and he's going to be right on his back soon. And he's actually bringing Brewer with him. Brewer also on the soft tyres. There's a big gap then back to Fidek and Zapala, but obviously both on mediums anyway. So this top 4 seems to have broken away from the pack a little bit. Interesting to see what they can do. Dennis Jordan also, incidentally, did jump Simracing in that pit stop phase.
Yeah, definitely. Jordan, one of the ones. Oh, Fidek in. I've just noticed he finally jumped. So David Fidek And the number 10 car finally comes in the pit.
Rual around the outside of Zapala into turn 1 doesn't quite make it work, so it just overshoots it a little bit, but nice full send there. It was a good effort, but not quite pulling it off. Obviously, Rual on the softs and Zapala on the mediums, but good effort from Rual nonetheless.
Yeah, gold star forever from Rual. He got the overspeed, but it was ultimately Zapala that had the line, and that's what the difference is. Around here, there is one line, especially through that one corner, and you've got to take it, and Rual did not, and he's lest he may have lost his chance to go for P5 here from Zapala. But to go back to David Friedrich, he's come out on the hard and he's got track 3 in front and Chris Butcher behind. This is a good position for him to be in because Butcher may not go for the move.
No, teammates obviously they're going to be talking, chat, talking, making all nothing. No silliness happens, but Mogyoród is going to be trying to do a little bit mischievous. Organic Box still doing a good time, still doing a good job of the times. He's only 3 attempts slower than Maguire last time. Quite a good lap this time. 95 again. And it's only 4 attempts slower. So Yannick Bock isn't doing, considering the 2-step difference, he's doing a good job on his hards. But Mogyoród is doing even better on his softs. He had a quick little cheeky look but decided against it. As Bro also behind him. So can Yannick going to be losing more time defending from these guys. So can he make this work?
Well, that's to see if he can. Ultimately, Alex Cooper comes into the pits now too. So that's another soft runner coming in after 30 laps on the softs. That is commendable. May only need to go to the end on these hards now because he's taken the soft mediums 30. Sorry, I beg your pardon. The mediums he's taken 30 laps. He will take the hards possibly until the end. Given that he's done 30 laps so far, that may be his one and only stop.
Yeah, I mean, it's fingers. I mean, if Yannick can make that work, he's in a great opportunity, great chance to win this race because Maguire will have to overtake people. But those soft tyres, well, no, the medium tyres you'd have to go on at least will be a lot fresher. So it's a risk. It's a risk, but if Yannick feels like that's the best decision for him, obviously he's world champion for a reason as well. Mogyoród's a bit of an iffy exit there going into that corner. Brewer's now he's interested in attacking. He's going to be having to defend potentially from Brewer.
Yeah, Dan Brewer, one of the rising stars really in Super League, part of Edge Esports this year. Really earned his stripes last year, and now he's finding himself in a great position in that Edge car, one of the top teams, of course, in GPVWC. Now in a top car, he's really showing what he's capable of, and he may have a chance to attack Mogyoród if he gets held up by Bock too much here, because Yannick Bock is ahead of both of them, and he's on the hard tyres, remember.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to give a shout out to Luke Maguire. Good job. Maguire, obviously, in the flag-to-flag, his flag-to-flag debut today, 9th place, having made 1 stop, so has made a stop. It's onto the hard tyres. I think he will have to pit again because he pitted quite earlier on. But good job from Maguire, keeping it on the track, keeping it cool, and hopefully Luke can score a good haul of points today, both for himself and for flag-to-flag.
Yeah, I think they really kind of need it at this point in the season. They've had a couple of iffy races, but they've had some good performances too. Let's not dwell on the negatives here. And Luke Maguire, almost a Super League driver for Cosmo Team YTF1, now showing his stuff with the flag-to-flag team. So I'm glad he got a drive and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he did a couple of races in Super League Lights earlier in the season. Time of replacing Cameron Roger, who has dropped down to reserve. Obviously, Cameron did say himself in the season he wasn't expecting to drive, so I don't think he was too fussed about moving aside. But a good team decision so far, looking like it, with his replacement currently in the top 10. And I mean, okay, Matt Williams is 19th, but who knows, with the rate the race is going, he could well end up in the points just purely through attrition.
He could, yeah. I mean, that is Cameron Roger demoting himself effectively from his own team. So that is a very rare case of self-sacking, self-demotion. But, you know, sometimes you got to do it.
No, in fair play to Cam, he's obviously team, and well, it looks like it's working so far. So, shout out to him. Job so far for flag to flag. Obviously, it'll be their first top 10, I think, this season. So good stuff from Maguire. He's got a 2-second gap, or 1.5 second gap back to Kilk, who is on softer tyres. So he's on the mediums. So obviously going to be having that pace advantage in that sense as well. But yeah, still no, not even halfway yet, but still a long way to go. Fingers crossed Luke can keep it on the track and keep it in the points.
That'll be the goal, yes. Keep it in the points, keep it on the black stuff, so to speak. Just keep it nice and steady as well. Speaking of keeping it nice and steady, I saw a lot of back-end ride height movement from Luke Maguire there. May have hit a bump, may have hit something. There's that back end looking to get a bit unstable, but he keeps it on the road nicely.
Mogyoród Jr. as well. Shout out to him. He wasn't not stopped yet, but he's in 12th place, so easily the best race he's had so the Green Stripes driver. So fingers crossed he can stay up in the 100 points today, which would be good motivation for him in his first season in Super League.
Right, so indeed, I'm just keeping my eyes on the front of this battle between Bock and Mashuli, because Yannick Bock, props to him, is holding off the Adonis car behind on harder tyres. That is really what he needs to be doing, and it's champion material from the reigning champion, really. I mean, doing a great job, and notably as well, I don't know whether I brought it up this season already, but he has chosen ultimately to run the number 15 this season rather than the one that he's entitled to do. That is not really a relevant point of this racing, of course, but Yannick obviously feels some affinity with that number, I guess.
Yeah, I know the test car, because I was doing some laps earlier, and I know the test car, let's give Alex Siebel. Alex Siebel, obviously, the test driver gives him maybe feels like he's important. Yeah, obviously, yeah, Yannick in the number, obviously, in the 15, very odd decision, but fair play. Obviously, like you said, he must have an affinity to that number. So, props to him, fair play to him, as Mashuli struggling to really get onto the back of him. Maybe the soft tyres are starting to lose their life a little bit, as I've noticed. Adam Maguire is really loose around the back. He had a really poor lap, actually, 1:20.7. What on earth has happened to that Maguire? His final sector, absolutely, well, not appalling, but very slow. Lost 7 tenths in the final sector alone. So Yannick Bock, I was going to say, he's actually keeping up very good pace. He's obviously much quicker than last time by.
Indeed, really starting to pick up the pace. Ruwalt in the pits again. Stefan Ruwalt in for some hard tyres.
That'll be to the end.
Must be capable to the end. 35 laps should be doable on those hards.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, 36 laps to the end from there for him. So, yeah, 100% he will be going to the end on those 40 laps on the hard. So, no problem. Should be no problem for Ruwalt at all to come out in a bit of an iffy place. But he will be able to make use of those improvements. I mean, if we use it as a reference, Lucchini's done 34 laps on the hard so far. So, should be no problem getting to 36 on that, especially with the lower fuel.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see how it goes for him. Ultimately, Luke Maguire doing a good job holding back right Kilk in P8 at the moment. That is a good battle there. Yenny Simracing in P7, obviously, as he continues his move. Giovanni Zapata holding his own in P5. This could really be a good result. This could be the breakout result.
Adam Maguire in. Adam Maguire. Yes, I think he's coming in because his lap times have absolutely fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, that is a bit of a one there indeed. But yeah, Maguire is coming to the pits eventually. Going to take some new tyres. What's it going to take? I imagine
hards.
Either hards or maybe something else. Yep,
yeah, hards to the end. His problem is though, he is going to come.
Oh, Mashuli! Mashuli and Brewer. That is an overtake, I think, for Dan Brewer, who has gotten past. There was Mashuli. He did it at the end of the straight. Just flung it down the inside, held the inside. Mashuli was forced to yield, and Brewer, with a seriously good overtake for some important track position.
Adam Maguire's come out in some free air, symmetry at the end. But if Yannick Bock does pit again, he's going to go onto some softer tyres. But Yannick Bock definitely not out of this yet.
Definitely not out of the running, and he will continue to push until the end, that is for certain.
Yannick Bock still holding off Brewer, but he's now giving him a bit of a chance to give him the breathing space. Yeah, now Brewer's a second and a half behind. I'm expecting him to get that back up soon, obviously with the tyre advantage. But Eris Mashuli's got his light on his way. He pitted 1 lap later than Maguire last time, so it'll be interesting to see if Mashuli's had the same issue as Adam Maguire in terms of the tyre wear obviously going out. But like I said, I'm expecting him to come in this time. Yeah, look at him, he's understeering through that second to last corner, and in he comes. 2, I'm guessing, putting on another set of hard tyres. And he's going to be in danger, actually, potentially coming up behind Luke Maguire. It's going to be quite close.
Indeed, Maguire is going to be close to the running here. Mashuli in the pits now too, so Eris Mashuli has come in for the hards too. It must just be hards from here for everyone else. At this point, it's the only real viable strategy, I think.
Oh no, he's going to come up behind Luke Maguire and right Kilk as well, for that matter. Oh, is he? I think he's going to slot between the two. This is a key. This is hugely important.
Oh.
He's got a good exit, and that is very important. Kilk is going to take absolute advantage of that. Thank you very much. Going to go around the outside. Is he
but Maguire holding. Oh, he's holding it well. Here's Luke Maguire. Oh, Kilk down the outside. Oh, bit of pushing there, but ultimately I don't think there was contact It was
No,
just a
not-
bit of good car placement from Mick Maguire, and he holds P8. I'm thinking Zapala in P2 is going to be in soon. His previous stint, you got to remember, was 19 laps. He's coming up to lap 38.
Yeah, but that was on softs. He's on now on mediums.
May go a little bit longer then, and possibly take another set of mediums.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see him on the mediums again when he comes to it, which is a good strategy actually. It gives him a better opportunity of faster times towards the end. As Dan Brewer is in the pits, hasn't actually chosen to put his pit light on, so that's going to cost him a couple of seconds now, which could be a bit of a mistake. Odd. But there we go, he's going to come in now, pit light on, and bosh, here he goes. But yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't put his pit light on. That's going to cost him a couple of seconds. Adam Maguire has set a PB sector, best of race sector 2.
Yeah, he's pushing on as Brewer comes into the pits. He's coming out on the hards. That'll be to the end for him, as he was revving the engine for quite a while there, maybe doing a bit of damage repair.
No. Like I said, he's not chosen the pit stop. He's going to add a couple of seconds on, which could have actually ended up costing him getting ahead of.
Well, no, he was up on the jacks immediately. So maybe it would have been a little bit of random delay or some minor damage tweaking, but I don't know. Maybe he went to fix some damage and then cancelled it, decided against it, but Brewer lost a few seconds there, and that might have put him behind Kill.
Definitely, yeah. It's cost him potentially, at least, if not Maguire, definitely Kill. So, bit of a misstep, but he's onto the hards, and that'll be him to the end, as we said before. So, Adam Maguire obviously has pitted, as has Mashuli. Mashuli's about 8 seconds down on his teammate. Adam Maguire on these fresh hards is now second behind Simracing. Simracing obviously on the hard times as well, but it's a PB lap. So, Simracing now deciding the time is now to push.
Yeah, now is the time, if ever before, to really get your skates on, get yourself moving up that order, and well, that's what they're going to have to do now.
Yeah, Maguire's taking half a second down Simracing just these two corners, so looking to absolutely put the hammer down. He's got to be careful, because if he's only getting tyres, what's that? I mean, what, 17 laps each? He's got to be careful, because it's going to be a tough ask to get these hards to the end, but I'm sure he's planned it all out and he knows what he's doing, so fingers crossed he'll be able to get that to the end. He's now coming onto the back of Yone Simracing.
Yeah, Simracing himself has not had the... Oh, dearie me, I just seen Maguire. I was focusing on Maguire, but I was looking at Simracing too, who's in P4. But Maguire was just very close to touching him there. May have been a little bit of contact between the two. Maguire definitely getting feisty again.
Wow, he's got to, hasn't he? He's got to get past. He can't lose. Any time lost is vital at this point in the race. If Yannick does put it again, good chance he's probably going to win this race. Maguire's going to win this race, but Yannick's, he's 11 seconds up the road from Simracing. I mean, Maguire probably will get that gap down, but there's still 30 laps to go, 31 laps across the line, so there's still a lot to play for, but obviously Yannick's going to be going on soft tires, he's going to have the opportunity to overtake should he pit again. Shout out to Zapala, by the way, excellent job. Cosmo YCF1 in second place. Didn't think we'd be saying that this time last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, this time last year, I don't think the team would have been thinking about a Superleague entry, but then they had Lucas Schmidt, so, you know, it was always going to be a bit of a helping hand there, but obviously Schmidt, I was surprised when he wasn't staffed up for 2020, but I think he just wanted to take a break from esports, get a bit of a time.
Sorry, he's moved for fourth place. Yeah. Maguire pretty much pushes him to the other way, and he's gone to the inside.
Here comes Yannick on the outside!
Maguire forcing his way through quite forcibly, and into fourth place he goes.
Well, it was Simracing who had to dive out the way going into turn one, but yeah, Maguire was still there and the banged wheels a little bit, but Simracing, I don't think he's going to be too happy about that, but at the end of the day, nothing really bad happened. Niccolacini's come in and he's come out on the mediums. He obviously thinks he can take that to the end then. About 30 laps on those mediums, shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, that'll be fine. He's done 40 pretty much on the hards, so good stuff from him.
Yeah, good stuff so far from him, definitely. And yeah, he's going to be taking those to the end. I imagine Bach is going to be going for a while on those hards. The Parla might have a few laps left in those softs and mediums. I keep mistaking those for softs. I'm stuck in 2018. But yeah, he's going to be taking those mediums to a few more laps and then maybe go for one more set. Dennis Jordan is on the hards obviously as well, possibly even closing Zapala in. Yep,
he's left, like I said, pretty much second back now. He's got DRS for these things, so he's got Matt Williams in front of him. Obviously, Matt will, when he gets there, but yes, it could be interesting to see what Dennis Jordan can do. This is a good look. I think it's a good little race for Eva, actually. Obviously, like I said, they've had a shocking race last time out in Turkey by their high standards. So this would be a good way to bounce back. But then you've got those two Adonis pretty much on their tail as well. Turning into a bit of a two-horse race this season, isn't it? Look, Adonis and Evolution are two teams to beat at the moment. But, like I said, Burst Esports, like I said, Burst City have definitely got a few tricks up their sleeve.
Far from over for them, I think. There's going to be improvement throughout the rest of the season for this lot, but obviously it's a shorter season than we're used to in previous years. Obviously only 16 races just like last year, so there's not nearly as much time to actually get your skates on and get going, as I believe Florian Geyer has just retired. Yeah, Geyer has just retired. He came into the pits, called it a day. Ultimately, I think he was running around at the back anyway, but yeah, that is another car out. That is now 9 cars out of the race. We only have 18 runners left.
Yep, so Matt Williams in 18th place. Okay, he might be 41 seconds off the back of Lucchini. You don't know, there may still be an opportunity for points towards the end of this race. Still got 30 laps with 29 laps to go, so anything can happen in that time.
This has been one of the most biggest attrition races we've ever seen. I mean, in a while. We have not seen this amount of DNFs in a long time. It is a tough race, this, though, here in Hungary.
Yeah, like I said, also I was saying in qualifying, both physically and mentally, it's such a hard race. It's like I said, it's such a tight and twisted track. It's very, very Monaco-esque. You've got tight walls around you. You've got the one line you can take. You've got to really keep your focus. And if not, like I said, one mistake, as we saw Casemakers do earlier, and you're into the wall and out. So a very, very, very tough race on the drivers.
Basically, it's just Monaco with runoffs.
Well, barely any runoff. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's Dennis Jordan now within. Clearly, just a little bit behind that. Shouldn't be 30 just yet, but obviously that's not going to be helping his concentration. That's also I've been banging on about that for the last 2 minutes. But yeah, going into the final course now, Dennis definitely closer.
Of course, what we've got to remember as well, Tom, this was supposed to be Zandvoort we were racing at today, but ultimately there was a couple of problems, I think. And ultimately it was replaced with the Hungaroring, so this was not supposed to be on the calendar, but this was very much a step up and be replaced race, and it's turned out actually to be one of the best we've had. So yeah, more Hungary, please.
Yeah, there was a couple of issues with the track. Obviously, a couple of it was Superleague cars with the one of the curbs. So obviously, the management, me as a management decision, made a decision to move it, and I think it's definitely the right choice. Obviously, Hungary is quite similar in nature to Zandvoort, so in terms of the tight and twisty nature of it all, so I think the driver's quite happy that we changed it. As Adam Maguire is now in 4th place behind Zapala and Jordan.
Yeah, Adam Maguire
right behind him as well.
Yeah, but look at the gap between him and Jordan. It's really not much in it. He can go for a move here if Jordan even as much as considers slipping up. But look where Jordan is in relation to Zapala. So if Germano holds him up too much, Maguire may have a shot at the run here, but he's got to be careful not to get overtaken himself.
That just caught me off guard. I didn't realise Maguire was that close to him. That caught me off guard. I thought he dropped back, but no, he's right up there, isn't he? He's right behind him. He's going to have the chance. So Dennis is now, obviously, he's going to have the DRS, which is going to help him massively. But obviously, he's going to be trying to play rig gunner to his teammate Yannick out 10 seconds out in front. But Aris Mashuli's just set the fastest middle sector, so he's absolutely flying at the moment on these hard tyres. But Simracing doing a good job in 5th place as well. But yes, now this is going to be important. Dennis is going to have DRS. He's going to have to use this to try and hold off Maguire. Maguire obviously now DRS himself. Going to be making the every attempt to try not to get past by Adam, but he's done a good job.
Yeah.
DRS saves the day. Into turn 1 we go.
Yeah, he's always going to have the DRS because of where Zapala was, but Adam Maguire had it too, so Maguire didn't really get as much time as he would have wanted. But it's here where he's going to have to make it up in the corners. He's going to have to go full send somewhere if he wants to get through here because of the nature of the track. But Maguire is not really going to have many options as to where he can go for it. So he breaks a bit early to try and get a better run out of that corner, but it doesn't quite work. Loses a couple of tenths. But Zapala really is going to be starting to feel the pressure from Jordan. He must not... Contact! Big contact there between Maguire and Jordan, and I have no idea what happened there. May have been Jordan lagging backwards. I'm not sure, but I'll have to go back on the replay here. Yep, Jordan was coming past the 100-meter board, and I think it was, yeah, Jordan lagged backwards. Maguire crashed into him. Nothing either party could have done, but that is unfortunate. But that could blow the race wide open.
That is as much. Yeah, Dennis Jordan hasn't got a front wing. He's obviously carried on once Maguire hit him. And
This
yeah,
could promote Zapala up the order massively.
it's not going to promote Zavala. Simracing as
Well,
well.
not in terms of a immediate position, but it's going to get the other two cars out of his way. That could really help him in the later stage of the race. But what an unfortunate incident that was.
I mean, yeah, there's absolutely nothing he can do. Dennis obviously fixed the issues he was having last race. One screen for Maguire right behind him, and all it takes is flying into the air. Somehow still got his stuff, but Yannick Bog, that's going to be well, I say music to his ears. His teammate's gone off as well, but absolute calamity for Evolution and the Donuts there. And Maguire, Luke Maguire, is he in the pits or is he out? He is just in the pits. He's coming out. Oh, but he's got to drive through.
Oh no!
Drive through.
That's gonna hurt. I mean, in Dennis Jordan's defence, his connection had been fine up until that point where he just jumped backwards a little bit. It can happen. We've seen it happen before. And it does not look, from what I'm looking like it was a connection issue. I do not think Dennis Jordan can be held responsible in any way for that.
It was just a game. I mean, there's not much, like I said, it couldn't do it. It just happens these times to time. But unfortunately, Maguire was, I don't know how, but Adam Maguire somehow kept his wing. I do not know how he's managed it, but he's going to be feeling the effects of the damage now of that. I mean, he is catching back up to Mashuli, but his car is surely going to have a lot of aero damage on the front of that car now.
Yeah, I think Alex Siebel in the comments saying it was a screen freeze, so yeah that can't really be helped.
Massa, I mean, that's such a shame because Evolution banging on about good race they were having, trying to get him back to form, but now Dennis Jordan out of the points in 17th place. Luke Maguire also going to be out of the points once he serves his drive-through, promoting Lucchini up into 15th, which could potentially be for his first point.
That could be, on a slightly more positive note, a possible point. Yes, you're right, and well, that would be a bit of a bonus for him, getting the point out of it.
For Richard Gorby as well, shout out to him. I mean, when we were looking at him earlier on, he's down in 21st place. He's now, so Gorby doing a great job. I don't know what he's, to check what his pits. I mean, he may have to pit again. He pitted on lap 20 for these hards, but shout out to him. He's doing a good job in the Britsy.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely. Good job done indeed, and that is going to be a bit of a positive for him. Yannick Bok, as a result of all the shenanigans that have been going on, I must say, has pulled out a 10-second lead now over Germano Zapala. And Zapala has a couple of seconds over Simracing. I think Germano might come out in a good position here, but he's got to wait, because obviously if he gets in this sort of fighting rural mining traffic, it's going to do his hard work so far. So he's got to time this right.
He has just had a very iffy lap. He's had a 20.6. He lost about a second to Yannick. Yannick in the gap seconds. Yannick now feels the time is to push. Obviously, he's got quite a big gap now back. So if he does pit, Yannick should come out in about 7th place ahead of Gorby. So if he does want to pit, now would be the best time to do it. But yeah, he's controlling the gap. He's sending it very slightly, but yeah, Zapala's starting to struggle now on these medium tyres. I'm expecting him into the next couple of laps. Potentially, actually, even for some soft tyres.
Yeah, indeed. At this point, soft tyres may be the option for about 15 lap, 20 lap stint. Definitely going to see what goes on with those, but at the moment, there's a bit of a lull before the storm you got to feel, because there's a little bit more time left to go.
Wow, so you've got Simracing, Mashuli, Maguire. They're all catching Zapala quite a fast rate of knots now. I'm surprised if popped his pit light on, but Simracing now about a second behind. Mashuli's second behind. Is even closer than that. So it's going to be a bit of a falling behind Zapala. So he hasn't made the wrong mistake in not pitting too early. He should have pitted a bit earlier, maybe potentially for some mediums. But obviously, like I said, he knows what he's doing. But he's lost another second to Bok on that lap alone. Bok on a 19.8, Zapala 20.5. So 7/10 gap between the two. Bok really starting to run away with this lap, and now Zapala's just put his pit light on, so we're expecting him in at the end of this lap.
Yeah, Germano, I think. I'm not sure how much time you lose as a result of the pit stop. I think it's
about
20,
yeah, 23 seconds.
So he may come out in some free air or just ahead of Chris Butcher here. So he may have timed this to perfection. May get the opportunity he's been looking for.
Oh yeah, so it's going to be close. If he can
Speaking
get
of Butcher, actually, Butcher's come in. So he's not even going to come out ahead of Butcher. He's going to have even more free air behind.
Potentially, I mean, it's going to be between final. Yeah, between gap there. So if he can get some good free air, I think it's going to be absolutely laughing if he does come.
Well, we'll have to see what happens, obviously, as Yannick Bok comes around to complete lap 48. meaning you'll be on that 49. There will be 20 more to go at the end of this. It's really weird to think that we are 66% through this race. It does not feel like it.
No, and who'd have thought that Yannick would be leading by 15 seconds? Really shaping up to be quite a nice race, but that a lot of, I mean, lucky they're just quite lucky, frankly. They're both in the race, if I'm honest, but these things happen in sim racing, and Zapala is indeed in. Simčić that'll be music to his ears, well, his eyes, in a way.
Music to all of his senses. As Gerrit de Vries does come in, so Zapala comes in. This must be medium tyres, otherwise something will have gone very wrong. He's onto the soft. Oh! I think you may be pushing that a little bit too long there, Germano, mate, unless you're going to go hyper tyre conservation. We'll have to see.
Well, no, so, I mean, so he got 20 laps.
Mind you, Fidek, if Fidek gets ahead, this could be actually better for him, because then, well, he's got ahead of him, so there is a slight concern with Roald in front, but David Fidek now, in P10, does lose out to Gerrit de Vries.
That is David Fidek in P10 on genuine pace, so he's going to the end. Yeah. So, Fidek having a cracking race.
Bit of a return to form for the two-time world champion.
Yes, that's something that we're all absolutely happy to see. He is streaming his race, so if you're interested, go check. As is a couple of drivers today are actually streaming their races. So if you want to see what it's like from the driver's point of view, go along to see what they're doing. I know Fabrizio Gorbi is also streaming for the Abruzzi Esports team. Yannick Box just set a PB race, a lap for himself, a 19.5. He is absolutely putting the hammer down, trying to extend that gap, and is now out to 17 seconds ahead of Simčić. That's Maguire. He's going to have a look on Masciuli.
Oh, yes, here we go.
Masciuli's just going to let him go. Masciuli just thinks, let him go. Your turn, mate. Try and have a go.
Not going to say team orders, but definitely some strategy by the two Adonis drivers who will be working together, of course, to get themselves into prime position. There was no way Masciuli was ever going to defend against that. Maguire just sailed straight through.
Linek and Gorbi obviously having a battle as well for 6th place, just in front of Ruan and Zapala. This could be key as well. Zapala obviously just coming out of the pits. Is he going to try and round the outside? No way. Is that going to? Surely not. No. Ruan puts his car in a good place to try and stop Zapala, but it's up ahead of him. Or Gorbi, Linek just gets a little bit wide coming out of there and can't quite attack Gorbi into here. But Zapala needs to clear these guys quite quickly. Obviously, we'll have no chance of getting up into the place ahead of him. And if he does get clear, he's got 20 laps to gain on to Brewer. So there's very well a good chance that Zapala has a good chance of the top 5 here today.
Indeed, definitely a good chance here for him. Linek and Gorbi, obviously P6 and P7, Rural behind, and Zapala there too. So big train coming up here, and well, Gerrit is just going to try and make a few of his moves to get through ultimately. But on those soft tyres, he's going to have to be very, very careful as to the way. Although Matthew Ellison rightly saying he's confident in the tyre life thanks to the upgrade perhaps the team have taken.
Yeah, as I said, there's lower fuel now as well. He should be fine. I mean, I see no problem for him now in this race, but the only problem he's going to really have is to Linek. Very close. Is Zapala going to have any chance of overtaking to turn 1? I don't think he will, but in turn 2 maybe his best opportunity.
Well, we'll have to say he's going to have a big overspeed. He gets the car stopped though. That is what's important here. Very heavy braking circuit. You remember, he had a brake failure in one of the earliest races of the season, so hopefully he's got those ducts turned up enough this time.
Well, he's got so much speed in that car because of the tyres and the low.
Oh!
He's just gone clean round the outside of Rural.
That may have been contact with Rural, but he's got through.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit there, but Zapala was ahead at the time. I mean, there's not much you can do. It was always coming, wasn't it? Zapala absolutely pushing to try and get as far up into the order as he can.
Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but I don't think it actually pushed Rural wide. I think it was a reaction from Rural to that pushed him wide.
Potentially, yeah. But Simracing, so back up front, Simracing is okay, 17 seconds behind, but he is holding pace now, Bok. So, and if anything, he's holding up these Adonis people behind him. So, Simracing has somehow turned into a rear gunner for Yannick. I mean, there's 19 laps to go at the end of this lap, so Maguire will have to take a second lap out of Bok at this point. But Maguire's just not getting close enough into these braking zones.
Indeed, not really getting as close as he wants to here. And that's going to be a bit of a problem in the long term for him. And we'll have to see. He's going
to go with Linek. Is he going to have to? I'll be surprised. No, he's going to do the same. Try and do the same again.
Just set a PB though, 1:19.2, so that's an indicator of his pace.
And that's with an overtake as well.
With an overtake, he is definitely on for possibly even the fastest lap.
But he's stuck now. Now you haven't got an overtaking.
Ruel's still a fair ways behind us. I don't think he's going to worry just yet, although he tries to sell a dummy down the inside of that turn. I'm sorry, but that's not going to work. I think Matty Mlinek is wise to your tactics.
Yeah, it's like I said, he hasn't got an overtaking, a realistic opportunity to overtake. But maybe if he comes out really good, right, but even then he's going to have dirty air, so it's going to be tricky. He's going to have to wait until turn 1 again, I believe. Gorby did a fantastic job, though.
He is doing a great job. I'll have to see if he gets a move done here. Oh, I tell you, look at this exit. Oh, here, he's going to try and send it down the inside, but he thinks better of it. All this is going to get Ruel back into contention, and he's got to be careful on that front straight because he's going to get Dio. Oh, dearie me, overshoots himself. Ruel's going to have this now. This is going to be Ruel. Oh, well, maybe not, but he's going to have the DRS. But Zapala will also have the DRS, but Ruel will be closer to Zapala than Zapala is to Mlinek. So this may be a move for the Dutchman, but the Italian, well, Italian, I don't know what nationality he is anymore, but he's going down the inside and he's not letting Ruel have an inch. That is as defensive as you can get, and he's going to try and get Mlinek back into turn 2 perhaps.
Yeah, Zapala made a small error. He got it onto the curb and didn't give him the opportunity to attack Mlinek next. Caught out by Mlinek's braking, which obviously he's going to be on better tyres. Low fuel as well, so he's going to be caught up with that a little bit. But Flylock's coming into the equation a little bit as well. He's only 2 seconds behind, so who knows? Could be better things ahead for the former world champion. Also, Daniel Brewer's also on the back of third, fourth, and second.
Brewer definitely doing a good job, but this whole Mlinek Zapala battle gives Gorby a bit of a breather on those hard tyres. Lets him back off a little bit. Get those tyres definitely to the end of the race. This is going to help Gorby. He probably won't need to. I don't know when he last pitted. He last pitted on. I think it was. Has he even pitted? Well, he has obviously had to pit.
Yeah, he's pitted on lap 20 for the hard tyre, so he's got to get into 50 laps, which is a bit of an ask, but who knows? We'll see what he does. Zapala still now back up to the back of Mlinek. He's going to have, hopefully, a better opportunity to turn 1 this time right as they go through the final.
He's really going for it here. I mean, he's got to try and get through on Mlinek soon, otherwise he's going to have Ruelt all over him. And look at this train. They're all going defensive here. Ruelt's not even trying to get in this train. He's given up on that one, but he's more determined about picking up the pieces, I think, from Zapala. He wants no part of this big fight. So, oh, look at that. Is it going to no, he's not going to do what he did last time, is he? Oh, I think he tries to, but Mlinek has him covered.
Yeah, Mlinek moved at the last second there. It was fair in the... Oh, no, he's round!
He's gone round. That's a disaster.
Oh,
Not what he wanted.
Word.
That is the worst time he could have done that. But that was, I mean, Mlinek had obviously gone down the inside and then he went to the outside. I'm not sure whether that constitutes 2 moves, actually. He was already on the inside and then he moved back down. But yeah, he was on the grass. He caught the grass. And then he was already loose by the time he came into the corner. I'm not sure whether he'll be thinking that Mlinek pushed him inside there.
No, it was the way that Mlinek was going. It was the trajectory. Where he moved into going into the corner and he was going to just... Mlinek was taking his line and then Zapala just got caught out. But that is absolute heartbreak for Zapala. I mean, he's going to slap the tyres, but obviously they're now going to be all...
he's going to have to conserve them if he didn't before.
Yeah, but I mean, he was so close. Flylock nearly absolutely hit him as well. And nearly destroyed his car. So very close. Flylock, good reactions to avoid that. But he's now promoting him up into 9th place, and he's still catching these guys up in front of him.
Well, I mean, the back was already gone by the time he hit the corner, so it was obviously already flicked the rears up or done something or picked something up somewhere. But that is not going to help him in any shape, way, or form. He's going to try and get those tyres cooled. Matthias Muss has gone through, I think, on him. In the meantime, no, actually, he's caught up to him. It's my mistake, sorry. I thought he was already there, but Matthias Moose, obviously, after something happened there. No, Moose has got ahead somehow.
Yeah, it was in the spin. It was during the spin.
Yeah, it must have been. But yeah, he was just pushing a bit hard there, and then obviously that's the thing. You got to concentrate so hard. You break your concentration for a second, you can go around. And well, I think that little incident may just broke his concentration enough to force a mistake, but desperately unfortunate. Hopefully, he can get back up the order.
Yeah, I think he was caught up on Mlinek moving. I mean, Mlinek was well within the right to do what he... there's no doubt about that. He waited till the last second to move. Obviously, I think Tapala was expecting the inside to be free, and then line moved just before the braking zone, which, like I said, fair to do. So I think it's caught him out a little bit, and then he scored. Yeah, a bit of a, not much he could do, but yeah, it's a shame. Could have been potential. Definitely a 6th place on the cards. Maybe I think that probably would have been the limit, but yeah, it's a big shame for the Cosmo. He's still in the points and still within a good chance for the top 10. So still no, not real disaster. Still some good stuff ahead of him. And you know, there's still enough time for him to catch back up to the guys in front.
Definitely time, yeah. There's definitely some time that he can use, but ultimately that is going to affect him, I think. Just even in terms of momentum, it's going to be a bit of a problem for him.
I mean, he's got back past Moose, so he's now out to 10th.
Let's not write him off yet.
Yeah, he's got time now. He can pump some fast laps in. Now he's got some... Really is now that some free air ahead of him. So he's got 6 seconds up to Vidoc, so we'll see what he can do from there. But yeah, like I said, a shame, but now we can turn our attention back up to 2nd place for that battle for second. Simracing, Maguire, Michele and Brewer. Simracing seems to have every little move covered off at the moment. He's doing a great job of defending. He's keeping around about 17-second gap between Bok. He's about the same lap times for the last 5 or 6 laps now, so Bok's looking pretty comfortable out there in front. And even if he did pit, he'd have a massive gap, so he'd be able to absolutely fly up to him.
Yeah, Maguire really chasing Simracing to the moment now. Bok has obviously got a huge advantage. He wouldn't obviously come out in P1, but he'd come out very near to it, and he'd have an advantage in the closing stages of the race. Williams in the pits, the flag to flag, as he makes what would likely be his final stop. I imagine he'll be going onto the soft tyres because he's only got 15 laps to go.
Yeah, Luke Maguire obviously having to pit because of a drive-through penalty. He's obviously cleared that now, and he's 1.5, just under a second behind Butcher. So,
Moose, by the way, right, Kilk's got through on his teammate, so obviously they're going to eval Red Archer, backing team responsibility duo. Red Archer obviously going to send Wright to go and fight Gerardo instead of Matthias here. I think Moose is going to try and conserve his position.
Yeah, so Wright's on the softer tyre. Obviously, he's on the medium salt, so plenty enough to get him to the end still. And yeah, he's really just going to be following Sapala through now. When they catch up to Farlick, he can try and follow him through.
Yeah, Maguire really pushing hard on Simracing, though. I mean, even after that problem he had earlier after the collision with Jordan, he's fought his way back up to P3. He has not let himself out of the running here. That much is for certain.
Be interesting to see how much damage, though, that incident caused, because I'm wondering if he top speed, because Simracing seems to be getting an absolutely cracking exit. Sorry, got top speed for him. Maguire just cannot do anything. He's just not close enough. He's going to have to wait for a mistake.
Maybe something you can ask him after the race, Tom.
Oh yeah, we'll see. But we're interested to see what his take was on the incident with Dennis. Like I said, obviously from what we can see, it was just a completely bad luck situation. But interested to see if he thinks he can win, because he was still quite far back from Yannick anyway. So even if he had got through, it would have been a tough ask. But yeah, we'll see.
If he can get past Yerny, I wouldn't put it past him.
It's 17 seconds in 30. Not now, the tyres are too... Oh my word!
He's pushing hard, he is giving it absolutely the beans, and then some.
Yeah, like I said, he's not going to be... There's only going to be pushing. I do think now with, like I said, 12 laps to go at the line, he has to take about 1.5 seconds out a lap. I know he's on newer tyres, but I think Yannick's got a bit more in the tank. I think Yannick's not really pushing too hard at the moment.
Well, we'll have to see where Yannick obviously ends up, where he winds up. What happens? He pitted on lap 22, remember, and then I don't think he's pitted since.
No, he's going to the end. But at this point, he's going to the end. There's no point in pitting that.
Mind you, that is going to be about
48
laps on those tyres. They are going to be screaming out at the end of this race.
They will be, but I mean, but then you've got to think, like, if he pits now, he's then got to try and overtake 4 cars.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably going to be harder, especially here.
And we've already seen what's happened to people trying to get past him. Maguire's already struggled past people, so...
Speaking of overtaking, you want to know who's just set the fastest lap of the race? Matthew Williams. As he's just taken a second out of Giovanna Zappala's previous fastest lap of the race, which is 1:18.5. Williams has done a 1:17.
Yeah, Williams, you never know. I know he's 35 seconds behind.
I think he's bolted on some soft tyres and he's just going for fastest lap.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be fair, he'll make it to the end anyway, so he's pushing and he's going to settle back down. Dennis Jordan's also doing his Dennis Jordan attempting the fastest lap. Obviously, he'd rather be up the points, I think, but very quick lap, he's not going to quite get it in the middle sector, I think. But Yeah, it's a shame. Must be a bit of a going for an advanced lap down there between 17th
Big
and 18th
train
place.
now. Look at this big train now. We got for second place. There's only about 1.5 seconds separates the entire 4 cars here. Maguire is not close enough to Simracing, but Mashuli is going to have to hold off Brewer, though both cars are going to have DRS. That's going to make it a little bit easier, but Brewer still gaining because he has the advantage of the slipstream, but he can't send it.
No, Dan's not going to be trying to make any moves like this. He's still in opposition. Got a top 5 nailed on now. Gorby 20 seconds behind, even with a pit stop, he could probably get out ahead of him at this point. So it's looking good for these top 5 to at least take these positions off towards the end of the race. 10 laps to go once we cross the line next time by. But Maguire is starting to run out of time to try and pass him. Well,
Yeah,
Janik just drifts away at the front. Just does what he needs to do. 16.5 second lead now. Looking good.
This is very much a race where he's done no more than he's had to do. He's not had to really fight too hard here. He's done exactly the bare minimum, and that can sometimes be enough to win races if that bare minimum is enough, like it is with Yannick Bock here. And he's showing why he's the champion. It's been a measured race from him. It's not been spectacular, but it's been what he needed and what he wants.
In the meantime, Chris Butcher has made it past Lucchini into 14th, and now aiming to get past him as well into the point-paying positions.
Indeed, and I think he is going to be definitely going for that. Is Luke Maguire, after the problems he suffered earlier, Merkel and Cheney going to be wanting to score a point though in the Green Stripes car. One of the fastest cars in a straight line that car's been actually throughout the entire race, so he's going to have troubles on the straights if he wants to get through.
Well, that's it. It's obviously 1 point, but obviously Luke Maguire was up there in the top 10 actually, fighting with Firelock and Co. Unfortunately, I've just seen a position change.
Yeah, I'll have to work out whether...
Oh, there was his blind neck, Gorby. And...
Yeah, on rules, yeah.
very, very...
Gorby there, now in front of Vinek, who's in front of Ruold, who's in front of Fidek, so that big train going on, and I've just noticed Yanni Simic's last time around was half a second faster than Box, so he's reeling him in. If he keeps this up, he will obviously only gain about 10 seconds, so he may not catch Box unless he goes a bit faster.
Yeah, so Yerna just put the hammer down. He's absolutely flying now. Right, my time to shine. He's half a second up on his previous best lap now, so Yerna decided now is the time to try and push. But he has still got Maguire. Maguire's got the newer tyres, so Maguire will stick with him, but Yerna now...
actually, he's got Mashili behind him playing rear gunner, but he's got a bit of a prisoner's dilemma here as Adam Maguire. Does he work with Simracing and get close at the Bok and hope they can get through, or does he attack Simracing, guarantee second, and potentially give Bok the win?
If they can catch Yannick in the last 9 laps of the gap they've got, I'll run out naked. I don't think
Well, he's taking another half a second out of Simracing, and Maguire has gone faster than Yerny, so at this rate they are going to do it. I think they are best working together, but the question is, will they?
What, half a second in 9 laps? Nah, not happening.
Well,
Yannick has got... Yannick's got this... Yannick's got... He's not pushing. He's not pushing. Yannick's not pushing. He's fine.
Well, unless the Yanni Simicic finds something, you're probably right. But I'm not going to say that he can't do it. I think somewhere we may have a bit of a shootout in these last couple of laps.
Well, Maguire, you can tell he's pushing. He's gone wide on the fast left. He's gone wide on the next. Well, he's absolutely bringing everything he can out of that Adonis Engineering. But is it enough? I think his tyres might be starting to cry enough as well.
He was 2 tenths faster in that first sector than Simicic. But look at the gap. It's going up.
Yeah, Simic's done a much better.
He
6
must have
tenths
ruined
faster.
these tyres. He must have ruined these tyres.
I mean, the instant won't have helped. I mean, he's probably losing a downforce. Yeah, he's going to guarantee that car is not 100%.
I don't know how the gap is increasing. If Maguire is actually 4 tenths fast, well, actually, no, that was it was 6 tenths down. Sorry, I beg your pardon. It was Simicic that was 4 tenths up on Bot that last sector, but he was 2 tenths down in the first. And he's only gained 2 tenths that lap, so he needs to find something, and he needs to find it fast.
He needs to find a rocket, because
even if you put a rocket chip in the car, mate, it's going to be a struggle.
I did say. Anyway, Zapala is catching up. Rual is catching Minek, and Linek is catching Gobby. 50 laps on these tyres, so if he does it again. He's done a stunning job. I mean, fair play if he goes to work. He's still pumping in fastest laps personal best. So these hard tyres look like a pretty nifty tyre.
No, they're not bad, are they? If they're doing everybody else well.
I used to love them medium
My Super League races were all about as many compounds of just soft, pit as many times as I like, just to keep us on the pace.
Battle for 15th, Luke Maguire on Bikini, but Bikini covers it off quite nicely there. Chris Butcher, race 6. Luke's struggling to get past the junior here, so interesting to see that he's struggling that much.
Yeah, very interesting to see. I mean, that green stripes, as we said, really quick on the straights, and that's the only real overtaking opportunity, so obviously they've got an advantage there.
Oh, Maguire's back end is so loose going around some of these corners. He managed to just four-wheel drift it round the final corner, and it's just not close enough. Simracing is such a good straight line speed in that car.
Simracing 1:19.1, another PB, but he's not gaining the gap that he needs to block. We're on lap 64 now. He would have to gain in 6 laps, 12 seconds. That's 2 seconds a lap. Unless Box slips up, he's got this. I'm with you now, Tom.
Yeah, so I'm always right.
Well, you were right. I just wanted to bleed for a couple more laps, okay?
Nah, sorry. I'm just gonna break your heart as Lucchini's in 14th. Butcher's had enough. Chris Butcher has had a shoddy middle sector, so I think he's gone off somewhere because he's now back into 16th place behind Maguire and Lucchini. Lucchini looking good for his first Super League points.
Yeah, definitely looking good. That'll be a testament to his determination, Mirko Lucchini, for first points as well. Always the sweetest, the first points. I was happy when I finished 21st in the Super League race, so he'll be chuffed with those points, I think.
Yeah, it's always good to get your first points. Any points that are good, especially being top tier at GPVWC, is an even nicer feeling. But he's still got 6 laps to go at the lines over Jet, but he's looking good. He's had Maguire back for quite a few laps now, so fingers crossed he can keep it up.
We'll have to see if he can, obviously, but as we are coming into the closing stages of this race here now, Gerrit de Vries, I think, has done enough to hold Maguire off unless there's a phenomenal charge from the Irishman in these closing stages. Eros was surely there behind him as well, ready to defend from Brewer, should Brewer have a bit of a surge. Golby behind in the Abruzzi. Props to Golby, he's had a brilliant comeback race here. He started and he was right down in 20th place. He's up 14 positions to 6th. That's a testament to determination if ever I've seen one.
Yeah, and that was 20th, and that wasn't just on lap 1, that was about lap 6 or 7, and maybe even up to 10 he was down there, so he's done it perfectly. I mean, I was questioning his decision to start on the softs early on, but he's made it work, so hats off to the Italian. He's done a great job today.
Whoa, hang on a minute. That gap has come way down. Simracing has just hemorrhaged time in that first sector to Adam Maguire, so he has gone on a charge that was half a second in it. Maguire, I think, now knows that Bok is going to win this, so maybe he's throwing caution to the wind. Maybe he's saying, right, Yerny, I can't have first, I'm having second, mate. Move over.
Well, he lost 4 attempts in the second sector, so it's dirty air. He's getting into dirty air. And a hard time, obviously, but when you're behind another car going through there, it's just slippy as hell. It's just costing time, corner after corner. But I'll tell you what, Daniel Brewer's still hanging on 5th. I thought he's a bit closer, but he's not as close as I thought he was going into that final corner.
Yeah, Mashirley is going to have to play real gunner if Brewer gets his hands on a bit of a fast streak here as we're on lap 66. There will be 5 to go now, and well, Bok would have to lose 3 seconds a lap. The gap is 12 seconds exactly between Simracing and Bok. He'd have to lose 3 a lap. He could just phone it in from here if he wanted, and he probably isn't taking it too hard now, so...
Yeah, I think he's been drifting along for the last few laps. Well, I mean, if you look at Simracing and Gorby, they've been doing personal bests, even though their tyres like 40 laps old. So I think Yannick's just been taking, you can hear him, he's short shifting, he's just taking it easy. He knows this race is won as long as there's no silly incidents in towards the end. So nice and easy, last 4 laps to have a little stroll, have a little tour of Budapest whilst he's at it. And
yeah, I think he's on the phone to the takeaway company.
Yeah,
he's on the phone to the takeaway company thinking about what he's going to have to eat tonight.
Oh, I need to do that as well, to be fair. But yeah, he's going to be. It's the second. I think he's a bit annoyed his brother won first in a race this season, so he's going to try and right that wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even taking it that hard. Dennis Jordan in the pits, he's going to Jordan it. He's going to go for fastest lap. We know what this is about, Dennis. You can't fool us. But yeah, Yannick, I think at this point he's really just dialed the car down. He's shifting it at 11,000. Just wants to get the car home, to be honest.
Yeah, as Chris Butcher's had another spin. Looks like his either his brakes, or there could potentially be a brake problem. Oh no, he's hit the wall somewhere because his steering's not quite straight. But yeah, Chris Butcher's had a nightmare into this race. It's unfortunate, really, because he was looking for some good points.
Well, they are going to get something out of this race. David Friday, nice on pace.
Sorry, Mladen landed. Look at Gorby, and Rual thought, I'm going to have a go at this as well. Decided just against it, but Gorby looks like he's really starting to lose the tyre life now. But Mladen trying to grind the outside, that'd be a brave move if he can get that stick. But it looks like Gorby's now, tyres finally starting to cry enough after 46 laps of going onto them. Now to lap 47. Looks like Gorby's now going to be struggling with these last 3 laps.
This will be a struggle, but again, it's so hard to overtake him. If he can just get the right runs out of the corners that matter, he might be able to hold him off despite being slower, and that's going to back this train up massively, giving other drivers chances to overtake behind him. I mean, between the first and the last cars in this train is 2 seconds now. That may close up even more.
Well, you've got Kilk as well, who's only a second behind that, so you've got 6th down to 11th, all in the same train. With 3 laps to go, this is going to be spicy at the end.
Spicier than the bottle of red pepper Tabasco, that much is for certain. And well, they've all got the fervour to go for the moves, so we'll see how this goes. Brewer is too far behind Maguire, Maguire to Simracing. These battles not looking like they're going anywhere, but Bok is dialing it down because the gap is coming down by about half a second a lap. There's going to be Simracing going as he was before, but Bok just starting to back it down a little bit.
Mlynek's had a fantastic run out of that final.
He's got
Gorby's gone defensive, he's gone to the outside. Gorby's got to try and break late to try and get this done. But is he going to make it?
Well, I say he's got this, maybe not.
Mlynek's got the DRS now, and he's got the inside. Oh, no, that's a car there. That's a car there.
Yes, Fabrizio, that's a car there, but Mlynek gets through just about. And Rual's going to be licking his lips thinking, hold on, you're vulnerable, mate. I want to go too. As he's going to go down the inside, down the outside. Choose your line, please, Stefan. And he goes for nothing. In the end,
oh my God, look at the chance. He's gone. But Gorby's tyres have definitely gone. The Philo's going to have a little look at the inside.
Zapala gets balked. And now Zapala builds him a kill out of nowhere.
What a move from Kilk. Oh, they're going to go side by side. No, Zapala has been absolutely done there. Unfortunate, but Kilk, what a move to make that work. Very, very opportunistic stuff.
He got absolutely Delboy there, sold the dummy, and now he's got to live with it.
Unfortunate there, but now it's going to be Rual's told to have a go at Gorby going into turn 1 next time by. Philo absolutely laughing at this. He's not placed. He's got great for Philo coming. Cracking race. Dennis Jordan doing Dennis Jordan things, setting purple sectors, so we'll see what he does as he crosses the line. That's a silly time, Dennis. 16.9 to
not
go.
Not the fastest lap of the race, though. Oh, well, now it is, yeah. Now he's just showing up the fastest lap, yeah. Well, oh, look at this.
Oh, Rual's had a funny exit, and Gorby's got DRS.
Exit, yeah. Fidek won't be close enough, but it may hamper his ability to make the overtake here. What will Gorby do? He's holding the middle. That is well placed by Gorby. Fidek's going to gain time. Kilt's going to gain time. And then Zapala is going to be stuck with P11. But that was an immense move from Kilt to get that P10. That is a deserved P10 for the Estonian there. And Chris Butcher sets a purple sector 1. So Jordan has competition in the fastest laps department.
Imagine, that'd be great. Good news for Red Arrow, but yeah. Gorby doing a good job. He's only got a lap and a half to go to hold this off. It looks like second. Adam Maguire's dropped a little bit back now from Simracing. So unless Simracing has an absolutely nightmare final couple of corners, I don't think Adam's going to have the opportunity to attack. But Brewer potentially has his own. Oh no, Musculi, he's not too far behind me. Yannick Bott just drifting up the front.
Maguire's gone. Engine's blown. That is it for Maguire. His engine is gone.
No, how's he done that?
He's blown it. I think the Reventon unit and his engine has just destroyed itself. It was actually, it was struggling before, but it actually blew on the shift up into weight. So it was just engine life. Maguire's engine did not last the distance.
Oh, that's absolutely gutting. I mean, he was going to get a couple of points. What an unfortunate end to this race.
That puts Butcher in the points, though.
It does, but unfortunately, end such a heartbreaking end. He was doing such a good race and parachute at the end, but unfortunately from Gorby is now under attack from Rual as Yannick's now into the final sector of the race.
Oh, Zapala's off!
Oh,
Zapala's boxed it! Something has gone wrong there again, and he has really hurt his race once more. He was into turn 1. Oh, he just went onto the grass. He went onto the grass and smacked it into the barrier, and it does not look like the engine's off. He's out at the final hurdle.
That's gutting. He had such...
The curse is back as well. Yannick Bok is coming around the last corner, Tom Parker, for what will be break failure for Zapala, but you'll be happy about this win coming up for Bok, Tom.
I will. Yannick Bok, 70 laps of pure perfection, and to take his first win here at Hungary. Pretty much, like I said, controlled from the start. Oh, he had no problems from behind once there's that issue. Simracing second, a great result for Simracing, puts him onto the podium. Adam Maguire could potentially be a little bit disappointed with third place, but still a podium nonetheless. Aris Mashuli in fourth place, with Adonis third and fourth, still extending that lead in the Constructors' Championship. Dan Brewer, fifth place, Matthew Mlinek crossing the line in the next couple of seconds to take sixth place. A great race for Edge Esports, fifth and sixth today. Gorby, a fantastic comeback drive for Abruzzi today, seventh place. Rural eighth, sorry. David Fidok, one of my drivers of the day, ninth place for a Red Arrow, so first top 10 for their season for them. Right Kilk, a great opportunistic move at the end to get to 10th. Matthias Moose, 11th. Alex Cooper in 12th, sleekly getting his way up to the points. Mirko Lucchini going to cross the line for his first Super League points any second now. 13th place for Lucchini. Great stuff from him. Sapala going to still finish in 14th place despite that crash on the final lap. So just about enough of a gap to get into the points. Chris Butcher has already crossed the line 15th, and they are your points finishers. Chris Butcher just about missed out on the fastest lap in the end. Final runners and riders, Dennis Jordan in 16th and Matthew Williams in 17th. Luke McGuire will be classified, but finishes in 18th place and out.
Well, I had to say, what a race that was. My heart is absolutely with Jimana Zapala, though. Brake failure again. I did say he'd need to have those ducts turn up, and unfortunately, he did not get there in the end. The brakes cried out with a lap to go. He will be classified, though, 14th. That's 2 points. 2 points for Zapala. That is still a very, very good achievement.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, he's done a good job. So, like I said, it's a funny little issue at the end, but too bad. And yeah, Luke McGuire engine, that's a bit of a shame. Like I say, he was going to have some points as well. But Lucchini, good stuff for Lucchini. First points in Super League, so I'm going to be absolutely ecstatic for that.
Yeah, Mirko Lucchini, he'll be happy with that. Points indeed. And he will be glad that he managed to score something this race. And, well, Mirko, well done. Points are always important, and you got your first there.
Yeah, I mean, so double points for quite a few teams today. So, like I said, it was a good race for Adonis, good race for Edge. HRT, no. Red Arrow do get double points, yep, as well. Red Archer and Green Straps for a first time this season. So, excellent stuff.
Yep, excellent indeed. And I'm sure we're going to get interviews with the top three. And, well, I see Jenny Simic waiting. I think we should probably bring him in first, our second placer for Burst Basilia Esports. And, well, I'll leave Tom Parker to do the actual interview. But Jenny Simic, welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Jenny. Yeah, so second place today. Obviously, I can't remember if it's your first podium of the season, but obviously you've been there or thereabouts every round. You've had a few incidents that have come up and down. Now you finally got second place. How happy are you? Do you think you could have won, or do you think second place might have been the limit today?
It was pure gamble, I think, at least in my knowledge, between one stop and two. So yeah, the qualifying didn't go to the plan because in the last two attempts I got compromised, so both laps had to be aborted. So it should be easy improvement, but still P4 is P4, not too bad. Then yeah, I still don't understand the tires completely. So suddenly in the middle of the second stint, I saw Maguire being 22 seconds ahead already, and I was like, okay, we have thrown it away again.
Yeah.
But then somehow I noticed that I could whisper to the tires to give them some life in sector 3 by driving slower in first two sectors, and I managed to stay in front. And in the end, Adam's tires were way worse than mine. So yeah, that was a surprise. I was unlucky for Dennis with the game lag, the screen freeze, but I will take the second place.
Absolutely, and like I said, obviously, pretty key to keeping those tyres cool in the third sector. Obviously, Adam really couldn't get close towards the end. Did you kind of have it covered, or do you think was there still a bit of pressure towards the end? Obviously, Adam, like you say, his tyres weren't feeling too great at the end. But was that obviously you keeping it cool in sector 2, first 1 and 2, sector 3 nice and clean? And do you think that was key to you keeping second place?
If I did like one smallest mistake and lost 1/10, then Adam would have the chance to dive in turn 1. So it was not over till second to last lap when Adam's tires really went off. But for some reason, he can drive much more tire wear than I can. If I push that hard, I would be gone laps ago. So not sure how he can do that, but really good try by him. But yeah, I still managed to get the second for some reason.
That's because you're a damn good driver, my friend. But no, well done. My last question is going to be, obviously, now second place. Obviously, like I've said, you're obviously the FSR world champion at the moment, and so things are going well over there. Do you think you can challenge for the title, or do you think even at this early stage you're a little bit too far back from Adam?
Well, it's a long calendar, so maybe a better result at round 2 will not affect it that much, and 3 or 4 wins, and I'm P1 in the standings, so stuff is opened. But of course, as you could expect, this league is not like my priority, like not my main league. So with 3 or 4 races per week in many R Factor 2 championships, I just don't have as much time as Adam, I think, to test. So I will see what happens. Of course, the goal is to win everything, but I will accept if it doesn't happen.
Yes, well, absolutely. Like you said, obviously lots of R Factor 2 championships, but a great second place today, and fingers crossed it pushes you on forward for your. So well done for Yerne, and good luck for next 3 rounds.
Thank you a lot.
Josh, I'll let you interview our race winner.
Oh, that's awfully kind of you. Yannick Bach, welcome. Finally, in 2020, a race winner.
Hello. Yeah, I'm very happy.
I imagine you are. Great way to get that first win as well. An absolutely flawless drive through and through. Announcing your championship defense well and truly.
Yeah, I had a good race, and I tried to win the next few races. And yeah, today I was a bit lucky that yeah, Adam couldn't pass Yene, and I had like a 10-second gap in the end, and could save the tires and drive to the end.
Yeah, we were wondering what you were thinking about at the end of that race because you had such a big gap. But obviously, you know, it's just bringing the car home, getting the engine, keep the engine cool, keeps the brakes cool. Because we saw Jamana Zapala had brake failure on lap 69 of 70, the final lap but one. So, you know, ultimately, you know, for you, it was just about getting the car back, surely.
We could get a brake failure because we run the low duct and had like 2.5 left. So I don't know what he did, but yeah, engine, we had the new engine, so there wasn't a problem as well. And yeah, I just had killed the front left tire and was struggling in the end to keep the pace up, and was, I think, the slowest car in the top 10. But yeah, it worked in the end.
Yeah, it must have gone well in the end. So obviously going forward, you and Evolution hoping to win more races this season and get back in the front of the championship fight, won't you be? But yeah, definitely looking good for the rest of the season, and a well-earned win today for the reigning champion, Yannick Bach. Well done, and hopefully the next few races go as well as you've went them to.
Thank you.
I think we're not going to get Adam Maguire, unfortunately, Tom Parker. I have asked Emmanuel Clark, his team manager, if he's coming in, but I've heard nothing. So unfortunately, I think that may be it for the interviews, unless we can persuade Eros Mashuli to jump in on his behalf, which I don't know about. But yeah, we only have 2 interviews today, unfortunately.
Nah, it's all right. 2 or 3 is not too bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm sure that's a song, actually.
Goodness me. But yeah, lovely race. Didn't know who was gonna what the podium order, what was going to happen towards the end. But no, it's 70 laps of fun. Obviously, drama towards the end with a couple of people, but overall a good race, and I'm very much looking forward to. Thank you, Baku.
Yeah, Baku's going to be a really good one, of course. And well, just before we round out this broadcast, I would like to say thanks to Tom Parker for taking lead comms today. And well, it was a very welcome change. It saved my vocal cords for once, so I think we should do this again.
It was fun. It was a fun experience, but yeah, I much enjoyed it.
We'll see going forward. And of course, thanks to Gerrit de Vries for the camera work. Thanks to Ian Harmon over on the Twitter feed for keeping everyone not watching the broadcast updated. But is there anything else you'd like to say before we round off, Tom Parker?
I can't wait for Baku. if this, I mean, you're going from Hungary tight and twisty to long straights, overtaking galore. This is going to be a fun one. I can't wait.
Yeah, it will be brilliant. So on behalf of myself, Tom Park, and everyone here at GPVWC, thank you very much for tuning in. And of course, do not miss the Baku Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time, where it's going to be another case of brilliant racing, and Yannick Bock will be out for 2 in a row after he takes his first win of the season. But until then, goodbye.